And this time, the Blue Steel has not to deal with one, but two fast battleship cars. So I'm sorry for not doing episode 3 last week of Arpeggio, but it was Crunchyroll's fault. They did fuck up on it, and then by the time it came out, it was just ridiculous time for me. So I'm sorry, gomenasai, all that bollocks. But this episode of Arpeggio, I really thoroughly enjoyed this one. You see, like IONA versus Kirishima&Haruna, I believe like Kirishima was the more tomboyish looking one, while Haruna was the one in the big blank trench cloak. And you see them just going in, like they're just trying to talk to Iona at one point, saying, what you're doing is ridiculous. Like, why do you need a captain? And she was saying, like, I don't even know. Like, it seems like Iona isn't too sure of what she really wants to do herself. She's just following what the only instruction that she's had in her memory. And I was surprised that Haruna actually is trying to understand humans a bit more. Like she's scanning like words from them and actually trying to understand what's going on with them. But that was pretty cool there. So throughout this entire episode, it was just a huge, giant strategy that Gunzo was trying to get through these. At one point he was deciding to plant torpedoes all around the undercity, but and it goes fire up, but no joke, freaking Kirishima is just there with electric magnetic pulse, just absolutely stopping. And that's the thing. The only way to stop them is by destroying the Klein field, and that's the only way. And the only way to get through the Klein field is by using certain types of weapons. And really, the only way they could really break through, what they did with Takao, is using their super gravity. I forget what, the super gravity gun or something, but that isn't fixed yet, so they're not allowed to use that. So they pretty much had to use every freaking weapon they had on board to take these two down. And surprisingly enough, these both Kirishima and Hara just lose it, and they decide to split the fucking sea in half. It was absolutely crazy, fusing the two ships together, and they were just literally freaking make a huge massive gun, which they were trying to and they're even though I know all them flowing, they didn't have no fucking sea left for them. They were still trying to put everything they got into the machine, and it was oh, we just used our last fucking missile trying to get them, and then they were oh yeah, you're now screwed. And luckily one of them got through, and actually damaged the machine, so they had to let go of their guards. And then they said, oh yeah, we said we used all our last proper missiles, yeah, a fuck ton of warheads like that, and just boom, just go fuck these two up. So I don't know what happened with Kirishima. It seems like her body disappeared, but she turned into some capsule kind of device. I don't know, so maybe that can be right, because you see at the end of the episode, Haruna actually survives the blast somehow, and is she flew the fuck over to the middle of nowhere, and she found this girl, found her, and it seems like Kirishima's turned into a capsule. Whether or not they're going to use that as to make that little girl that found her into the new Kirishima, then I don't know. That's what my theory is so far. I've also wanted to know how the manga is actually. I've been very curious to see what the manga's like, since it's still ongoing, I've heard. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. An awesome 8 out of 5. I think they should have explained a few more little details here and there, but I guess we're going to get that later on. But it was an 8.5 out of 10 this week. Really enjoyed it. But let me know in the comment section below what you thought of Arpeggio. But that's all for me. I want to say very much. You can remember, Australia Panda, Sana, and I'll see you guys.